When you see me playing at the place in my videos, it's either Tuesday night or Thursday night. Because they're open a little bit later on those days, and I'm a working man. In the daytime, I'm out here making money. Hey, you're not allowed to gamble in here, and so there's going to be very little matching up for me because I'm there to practice and to make YouTube videos. The other nights of the week, if I can, I'm out playing. If I can be, I'm out trying to match up. Usually for cheap money, and just to stay in competition and to break the monotony of all work and no play. Usually I'm practicing 9-ball because it's a little less complicated to make YouTube videos on 9-ball. Plus, I love 9-ball. It doesn't mean I hate 8-ball or that I can't play 8-ball. I do. It's just that I don't make a lot of videos on 8-ball, but it depends on what you call a lot. I have a lot of pool videos. About, I think, 1 out of every 7 or 8 is going to be an 8-ball video, just to, again, break the monotony of all 9-ball. So I have 8-ball videos on this channel, I have bank videos on this channel. Pretty much every game except One Pocket. Just because it's not my thing. I can play One Pocket when I'm in the mood to play One Pocket if there's money on the line, and if, it's just, it all has to line up for me in order to play One Pocket. It's not my favorite game. So, I appreciate the people that play One Pocket. I just don't do a whole lot of it. It's not my thing. And every pool game, when you start comparing them with one another, it's really kind of stupid because it's like comparing, a giraffe with a mouse. It's, there's good things about giraffe, and there's good things about mice, and there's bad things about mice, and there's bad things about giraffe. It's just really kind of stupid. So every pool game is an animal within itself. Some of them have a lot in common, like 9-ball and 10-ball. If they're both rotation games, you have to pick out patterns, and you have to run the same patterns. And 9-ball videos are easier to make than 8-ball videos. Is basically what I'm trying to say, and that's why there's more 9-ball videos on my channel than 8-ball. This will be the first of 3, 4, 5-part series on just 8-ball, and it'll eventually turn into a playlist on 8-ball. So when people come by and ask how come I don't do 8-ball videos, I'll just link them to the playlist and say, there you go. I hope you enjoy yourself and you ain't doing anything for a couple months. Alright, I'm taking a good look at this table, and we have some obvious problems. If we're going to take the solids, we have this issue right here with the 4-ball not getting by the 12-ball, which is blocking the pocket down table. And we have another issue on the 3-ball. It's pretty much the same issue with the 15 block in the pocket down table. Now, both of those balls could be shot up table, but they're both going to call for pinpoint precision, and it adds a whole lot of pressure to a player But the big issue here is obviously this tie-up up table. So naturally, let's take a look at the stripes, and we have the same problem with the same tie-up on the stripes that we do with the solids. As for this issue over here, it's really not a big deal. The only problem you have is the 11 has to be made first, and then you'll be free to make the 14. A bigger problem is a little bit down table, and it's a 7-ball, severely reducing the margin of error that it's going to take to get on the 15. That window closes up real tight, so it's almost going to take pinpoint precision to get right on the 15. And basically, it's the same problem with the 12-ball over on the left-hand side of the table. This is deceiving, and it leaves a small margin of error to get on the 12-ball. If you go too far down up table, you're going to have problems. If you stay too far up table, you're going to have problems. So the best thing to do here is take care of the 12 first, if you can get the right position, and then use the 12 to get right on the 15. So after I break dry in this game, I'm coming to the table and at the table as if I'm playing my opponent who just broke dry. So, it's a crowded, fresh rag, and it's me playing this game, not, some imaginary ghost. After looking the rack over, I like the stripes. Now, this 9-ball is going to be the opening shot. And I'm a little bit on the right-hand side of the 9, but if I just roll it naturally, I'm not going to be able to break that cluster out. And from the start, you should be looking to break these clusters out. But, a lot of new players are being taught not to even mess with the clusters and just leave them for your opponent to break out. And I'm just totally opposed to that. 8-ball favors the aggressive player. And usually on an 8-ball rack, I like to shoot the balls that are up table first and just take care of the whole upside of the table, and before I make the transition to down table. Now the difference with this rack here is that I have an opening shot on that 12-ball. And if I don't take it now, I might find myself in trouble trying to get on that 12-ball later on. So not only am I shooting the 12, I'm trying to get perfect on the 15 ball. But things don't always go as planned, and I'm behind the 7 ball, so now we're going back up table, and we're using the 14 to get right on the 10. And the 13 ball you see in the middle of the table there, that's going to be my key ball in order to get on the 8 ball. I don't play this rack exactly the way I had it planned after the break, but everything looks good from here.
Come on, Steve. It's just a game. You line that pin up. Line that pin up on.
So now the whole rack it just all comes down to if I can get right on this 15. I know I can get right on the 13. There is a problem though. The 2-ball is partially blocking the side pocket for the 8-ball. And if you watch closely, you'll see I have to nudge the 2-ball out of the way in order to make the 8-ball in that pocket. And that's what I'm looking at now. I didn't want to go around the table again to get a shot on the 13 in another pocket in order to shoot the 8 in another pocket. So I just take what I can get here. This 8-ball can be made in all 6 pockets. And I didn't want to shoot it in that left-hand side, but, it is what it is. Alright, everybody, peace. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned. There's a whole lot more coming real soon. Subscribe now because you're running out of time. Don't forget, peace.